So I'm going to read some of these letters to let you know what their response was to some of my book manuscript queries. Let's have a look at these. Trans World Publishers Limited. And again, I don't know what this is in relation to because it doesn't specify, but it's dated 10th of March 1997. Thank you for sending us the material for your book, which we have read with interest. Obviously not that much interest. I am sorry to disappoint you on this occasion, but we feel this is unsuitable for our list at Transworld, as we doubt we could make a commercial success of it. Due to the volume of submissions received, I cannot expand upon this decision or the report leading to it. Many thanks in case for letting us consider your material, and we wish you every success in your endeavours. Another one, David McGillivray, 4th of November, 1989. Ooh, 1989. So yeah, so this is, right. So this one is for a one that I don't think, only the strongest. I don't remember seeing this manuscript in the ones that I looked at, but I think it's somewhere. It's called Only the Strong Survive. And it's I sent it to David McGillivray, and this is dated the 4th of November, 1989. So this would be one of the first submissions that I made from something that I wrote. Thanks for sending me Only the Strong Survive. On the plus side, the script is very well presented. I think that sooner or later you'll find an agent who will want to help you restructure the story for television, which seems the ideal market. There are potentially exciting action scenes, but I think the plot is overly sentimental and not developed enough. Lisa needs more background. Lisa must be one of the main characters, and so do thugs. And so do the skinheads, who are only characterized as anonymous thugs. The dialogue is somewhat excellent, particularly throwaways and casual conversation. I've always been told that I write good dialogue, but longer speeches tend to be cliched. This is only my opinion, though. Thanks for your opinion, mate. Thank you. Don't change anything until you get other opinions. Good luck, and let me know how you get on. I don't think you really want me to get back to you and say, oh yeah, I'm getting on. This is how I'm getting on. There's a précis of this letter in my column in the January film review. What? You published this? You published this letter somewhere? In where? I wasn't aware of that. So they've published his response to my query. So in some publication somewhere. Yours sincerely, scribble, whoever he is. Coastline Films, the 1st of February 1989. So another one that was an early one of the early ones. And this was for a script called The Vicious Circle. And I think it was a sequel or a prequel to the Only Strong Survive one. I need to dig this out. I don't know where this manuscript is now. Dear Mr. Moore, thank you for your script, The Vicious Circle, an enclosed letter which we received on the 31st of February. We received on the 31st of February, but this letter is dated the 1st of February 1989. So that doesn't make much sense. So it must have been the 31st of... I don't know, I can't work that date out. Unfortunately, we do not feel we can progress any further with the script in question. We hope you find some of the following comments helpful in improving your screenplays. Here we go. 1. Try to include more detail as regards camera movement, etc. Now, I was always told you don't put camera directions in a film script. Always been told that, because that's obviously down to the director and the DP on when they kind of organising their shot list. So you don't put, because you're basically telling the director, this is how I want you to shoot my script. So you just don't put camera movements in a film script. So that's bullshit. Your dialogue is very good and it's one of the highlights of the script in question. Keep it up. You obviously have a very good grasp of the essentials of script writing. I'm not sure I did. But need something a little bit different to raise your scripts above the majority of others. Fair comment. Incidentally, if you are serious about script writing, you may be interested to know for future reference that most film companies will not initially read scripts which are submitted to them. Yeah, I discovered that over the years. They just don't accept like submissions. You've got to go through an agent or you've got to be recommended by someone else. So anyway, once again, thank you for taking the time and effort to submit your script, and don't be disheartened by our comments, which are solely for your benefit and should help you to improve the standard of your scripts. Craig J. Todd, Director. Thanks, Craig. Right, last one. United Authors Limited. And I don't know what this is in relation to. I don't know what I submitted to them. And there's no date. So I don't know when I sent this. Thank you very much for submitting your work to United Authors. Unfortunately, we are a small agency with a limited stable of writers and find it hard to give as much time and attention to new writers as we would like. Therefore, on this occasion, we are unable to offer you a place on our list. Once again, we thank you if you're interested in United Authors. Please feel free to contact us in the future with regards to submitting new work. Matthew Brady at United Authors. Thank you very much, Matthew. So as you can see, I've got many rejection letters for my film scripts, for my attempts at novel writing when I was a really young writer back in the day, in the 80s and the 90s, and I've just kept all of this. I don't know why they just were stuck in an envelope, and I don't know why I kept them. I'm pleased I did, because it's nice to look back on them and see how I've actually progressed, because I believe I've actually progressed as a writer. I bloody hope so. Yeah, so I don't know, that's just like a little trip down memory lane. I have queried novels more recently. I say more recently, probably going back a few years now. So maybe it's about 10 years ago, when I was trying to get a couple of novels that I'd written back in 2015, 16, 17. And you very rarely get responses these days from agents. If they're not interested, they'll just ignore you, because obviously they get that many submissions these days. So but anyway, I'm not interested in getting an agent, to be honest. I'm more interested in just self-publishing, being an indie author, doing my own thing. I rely on myself. I don't rely on any other person's judgment. And if I think something is good enough to publish, I'm going to publish it, regardless of what other people might think about it. If I think it's good enough, it's going out there in the world. And all of these people who I tried to get a writing career started with, that's just past history now. I don't care about that anymore. I'm just doing I'm doing my own thing. And I think all indie authors out there who are doing their own thing will feel the same way. Other people's opinions, yeah, it's nice to have other people's opinions, but at the end of the day, it's your decision as an indie author whether you put your work out into the world. And on that note, I'm going to end this video because it's gone on for far too long. I just thought I'd give you an insight into how I've kind of progressed over the decades of trying to become an author. So yeah, it's taken me 40 years to get to this point where I've actually got something that's worth publishing. I've got a series that I'm starting to put out there. I've got many stories that I've written over the years, from not just this stuff, but later stuff, better stuff than this. And I've got I've got all those stories, and I'm just going to turn a lot of those scripts, short stories, I'm going to turn them into novels, and I am going to try and earn a living from this somehow.